overrun. Repeat, we are...
What's up everyone, it's Curtis YZ and I got a Star Wars video for you today. Just a compare and contrast video. Now I know there's a lot of Star Wars, the Clone Wars animated show fans out there. We're gonna compare the action and now, okay, for me it comes down to preference. I love the cartoon from 2003. I don't particularly like this series because I don't like the graphics. But once it gets to this late in the game where the graphics, you can already tell that they look a little bit better than when they first started. I'm okay with the series. But still, even then, let's compare the combat. The best combat from the 2003 compared to some of the best. I just typed in the best battle, and this was pretty much the top one.
Take him out! Take him all out!
These are some pretty good shots, actually. I like a lot of them. But this is typical of Star Wars. You're just going to see a lot of open field of this series. It's not very strategic. Not very clear what's happening, really. I do like the visuals of this battle.
23 degrees north-northwest.
For it being such an open plain battle, I like this, but again, it's not showing us what's happening. It's just showing us a general view of what it looks like. It doesn't show us what they're really... Now it is. Now it's starting to show who's the enemy, where the enemy is, what's happening. It did show them retreating a little bit ago.
Don't stray too far. The enemy could have the whole place rigged to track.
I mean, you're gonna see this all the time, but like the lasers just blindly being fired all over the place. Like, really? There's just a shower of bullets being fired. What are those bolts? Those laser bolts are just being shot randomly. There's just like 5 trails of just. I don't know if you can see that, but that kind of bugs me. But that's a good That's a good idea of the battles, depiction of what the battles look like from what I remember. So let's take a look at the 2003. Some of the clone troopers. This is specifically the clone troopers right now. Alright, now let's take a look at some of the coolest clone trooper action I think you're gonna see ever. I mean, this looks so much better already. Just remembering, look at this shot. You could see all the other troopers in his helmet visor. Let's do this. Alright, now we're gonna check out some... I just made an oopsie. I just did this whole thing without recording. Anyways, alright, now we're gonna watch some 2003 Clone Wars action. Look at this shot. You got clone troopers in the reflection of his helmet. Let's get into it. It's freaking way better in my opinion. Sorry, but this is way better than the CGI animated show that comes way later than this. Is the 2003. This is remastered, so somebody is doing a project, which is pretty cool. I will put the link to this video in my description. But let's get into this. Look at this badassery. Good establishing shots here. Shows us a little prep, which most people like. I think this is badass as hell. One of my favorite things. First time I saw this, I was thoroughly impressed.
Commander, approaching target. Begin jamming signals. Yes, sir. Open doors.
They are using some CGI here, but it's obviously much more tasteful in my opinion. Obviously it fits with the cartoon. Really good shots here too.
Approaching droid perimeter.
Effects on the smoke
We
or the dust coming by.
Gun it, sir.
Everything's great. I like how it speeds up here. Gave us an establishing shot of the whole battlefield, what we're looking at here. It obviously does that before as well, but again, right here, as the ship approached, it showed that they're entering an area that's surrounded by droids. Let us know exactly how things are working. The dust trail that just vrooms by after was really cool. A little bit of Star Wars humor. I think this humor is way better than and even that looks cool. I'm sorry, that looks way better. But yeah, the humor in this is way better in my opinion.
3 life signs. 1 in the rubble. Sir. Another in the rafters. Yes, sir. Everyone else with me, move out.
telling people where to go. He's giving good orders. See exactly what's happening here. Some badass weapons. Got a Gatling gun. Got a bigger than that Gatling gun. It's like some sort of turret gun. And then we see the ship get into position to defend against the oncoming droids. I love this shot right here, coming up, right here. Gives us an idea of what it would be like to be on the ground. And I love that perspective. It just shows so much chaos. Still giving people orders of where to go, spreading out. This is a total Predator moment. I love it. There's recoil on the firearm. Even the distances at that, there was still recoil on those firearms. That's good detail. Good impact on the bolts. I just love everything about it.
Shoot him!
The Jedi Kamundi, I forget his name, I always forget it. I like how he's panicking right there because he realizes how much of a threat Grievous is. Grievous showing all of his capabilities, running all over the walls, evading all of this firepower, and then making his move by getting as close as he can right near them all. I love it.
Back up, now!
Again, with showing how powerful Grievous is. Super fast, extremely good at maneuvering, which is really awesome.
Everyone out!
No! We must pursue!
General, we can't. The survivors will die. We have no time.
So we can see here that even in this series, they're coinciding that idea that the Jedi are a little bit too war hungry. They're not exactly in the right spot. They're not real Jedi anymore, basically. But I mean, obviously they are real Jedi. It's just their morality is no longer the correct Jedi code, in my opinion. That's how I see that. I love that, though. I love how it shows that. Like, we gotta go. The survivors won't make it. Care about your other Jedi? Cycle clean out, hits him. Anyways, we're gonna see a little bit more Clone War action here. I really wish we'd see more of this kind of stuff in the actual movies. This is a pretty cool shot and everything. So again, they're landing on a very open place, not a lot of cover here. They're rushing though, they're really running. They're really invading here. I like how they back up right here. It's just good action. Okay, see, they're taking cover. You still see that a lot in the other show. Look at this angle of which we're rotating.
Sector 4 needs reinforcements.
Here it is, here it is.
We are being overrun. Repeat, we are...
So I had to refilm this because I accidentally wasn't recording, and I had to just double check right now. I got chills the first time and this time watching that scene. That's how good that scene is. He just totally wrecked him, and it was like his life or nothing, and he just fought with every ounce of courage he had on that. That's awesome. Like, that was a real war-like moment that was in Star Wars. Like, has anybody ever thought, like, the movie's called Star Wars, but there's not a lot of war. Like, yeah, there's war, but there's not a lot of it. This show right here makes up for any of that. There's so much warring in this show. It puts all other Star Wars titles to shame in that sense.
Fall back! Fall back! Hold your positions! Hold your positions!
Look at that, Yoda on a freaking majestic Star Wars elf with a little eye visor. I'm sorry. That's some good detail. Like that's some love for the franchise to have some really good creative combat like that. It's a little cheesy that Mace Windu can just bust up metal like that, but I can actually see him being able to do that with a force power. This is a really cool shot too, so you're gonna have to forgive that regardless, because watch this. You actually have to watch so close because it's so quick, and that's what I love about the show. There's so much happening, and it's all quick. Makes it really great for rewatches because you're gonna miss a lot. But we're gonna get into Grievous fights next, but we'll show this real quick, and we're getting into that next. See that? His lightsaber, he used the Force to whip it out. He used the Force to ignite his lightsaber, unholster it, zap, like, you know, just destroy a droid, grab it as he like pushed away another one. Like, oh my god, you got enough stuff you're doing, Mace? It's like so intensely action-packed. It's so much better.
Master Windu!
Oh, this is cool. That's stuff that's not easy to do with CGI, but is easy to do with cartoon, and it looks cooler too. So it's like, I mean, it would look cool as CGI if it was actually good, but it's not good enough CGI for me in that show to justify watching it like religiously. But this is pretty good animation. Like, it's actually, okay, to be fair, this is actually really weak animation, but they put a lot of emphasis on the right places, and I love that. That means that they really knew where to put the detail. That means they could do this with as much cost production like value, but still maintaining that illusion that there's a lot of detail, and I absolutely love it. I think it's really hard to do that, especially. I would like it if it was an even more detailed show, like Cowboy Bebop's amount of detail and realism, but for what we're getting here, I think this is absolutely incredibly realistic in terms of Star Wars universe rules. So that's why I think this is way better, and it's way more fast-paced and action-packed, and it fits. It feels like it's real Star Wars. We're just gonna keep comparing, but let's get into Grievous.